You know what I'm saying? Just how you would want to be respected. You know what I'm saying? Give out that same respect. And that could come along because, you know, it depends how you look at it. You might look at it a one-time thing, or, you know what I'm saying, depending on what the business is, of course.
Right.
One-time thing, or they could be like a, you know, a loyal customer, but that loyal customer might also bring, you know what I'm saying,
5 or 6 more loyal customers.
And them 5 or 6 more, you know what I'm saying?
10 more.
You know what I'm saying?
And some more of it.
It depends on how you look at it, but
right.
That's how I see it whenever you say people, you know what I'm saying? From the partnership and the customer perspective.
So something that I'm curious to tap into is like being a young entrepreneur and being a young business owner and still being a young man. One of the biggest struggles with young people is managing and spending money.
Right.
So I'm curious to know like how your perspective has been influenced or impacted when it comes to dealing with money.
Man, since knee-high. Since knee-high. I never did like spending my money.
Why, brother?
Man, I like keeping it in my pocket. I like having a little choker.
I get to my pocket like,
you know what I'm saying? I have like a little choker.
Right.
Always been tight, and so something that I'm learning, you know, as I'm digging in information, you know what I'm saying, learning, use other people's money, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Bro,
that's a big step.
I've been using other people's money, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've been using other people's money, and I'm learning as a business owner, you know what I'm saying? It's not a bad thing to use other people's money, you know what I'm saying? Actually, it could be very impactful, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And yeah, but make sure you got it, you know what I'm saying? Don't make dumb financial decisions, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you got it, but use other people's money,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Other people meaning bank, but when I was young, you know, parents, you know what I'm saying?
Wow. Wow. So you was getting the blood. I'm glad I let him know. I ain't gonna say much. You know, you was getting them.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Use other people's money. Keep the money in my pocket.
So like compared to like other people, when you see other people's spending habits versus yours, like what do you see differently?
Man, nah, that's something like I see all the time. You know what I'm saying? People always want to buy clothes, you know what I'm saying? Keep up with the fashion, keep up with the, man, clothes won't even fit you in, you know what I'm saying, a couple of years.
Right.
It's a chance, you know what I'm saying?
What about that money, cousin?
What?
It's gonna still fit you?
Oh, yeah.
It's still fit in your pocket. Right.
And I'm always fit in the pocket.
What about the bank account? They're gonna have to make some more room for it.
Oh, what? Yeah.
I'm with you.
But it's just like, financially, I feel like I'm very smart. You know what I'm saying? Well, especially when it comes to managing money, you know? I save my bucks. You know what I'm saying? I put them in my pocket, not keep them there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I like donations. You know?
Right. Ain't no nation like a donation, baby. You feel me?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I like donations, and I like it, but like, especially like, well, I ain't gonna even say people my age, man. People
just in general.
all ages. You know what I'm saying? Spending money. And it's not like, now I'm not saying this to everybody, but you know, this is things I see. Everybody is not like spending money, like investing. You know what I'm saying? It's spending money and you ain't getting nothing in return besides material. You know what I'm saying? It's not even beneficial. You know what I'm saying? What, make you look good? And you know what I'm saying? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I buy clothes, I buy shoes, you know what I'm saying? But
it's in moderation.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'll rock what I got. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, a lot of people, they be like, buy clothes only wear it once. No, man, you know how much times I work? You know, and I had this fit on a couple times.
Right.
I ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with wearing the same outfit, same shoes. I'm saying I don't really care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Right.
So because you think about spending differently in that way, you said something about investments.
Right.
So I'm curious as to know, do you understand the concept of what is the difference between an asset and a liability, and what do those type of investments look like to you?
Right. So I almost kind of just answered it whenever I was like, people spend money but not getting nothing in return. Like, for example, real estate, you know?
Right.
Like, you could buy a house, but it's how you buying it. You know what I'm saying? Are you buying a $1 million house and, you know what I'm saying, just for, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you got it, you got it. Cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? But, like, be financially smart. You know, if you don't got it, don't go buy that $1 million house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you want to buy $1 million house, you know what I'm saying? Rent it out. You know what I'm saying? You make 10 times more of that million, 10 million, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. So it just depends on, you know what I'm saying, how you use it, right? Meaning how you buy it.
Right.
Like a car, right? You buy a car, you can rent it out. You can start your, you know what I'm saying, buy multiple cars, fix them up. You know what I'm saying? Like buy 10 $1,000 cars, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna need work, but that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Get them right.
You can sell them.
You can sell them.
So would that be considered an asset or a liability in that case?
It's not necessarily an asset because you're not making consistent money flow from it. You know, it's not like a monthly payment or nothing. But it could start you off. You know what I'm saying? You start off like that. Now you got extra, you know what I'm saying, some more bucks in your pocket. Then you can start off, you know what I'm saying, renting vehicles out. You could buy 20 more vehicles with the money you just made.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And don't got to be as broken. Or it don't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can rent them out. Now you're making a consistent money flow, however much that is a month. Build that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? So, it's not necessarily an asset, but I feel like is a financially smart decision to make to start whatever you plan on starting.
Right. And you know, I'm listening to you talk. It's interesting because like I ain't hear you say one or two. I heard you say 10 and 20 and some more of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like just in general, you're a big picture type of guy. Like, everything about you is large, grandiose, big picture because you see something bigger than, you know
what I'm saying?
Like, your vision is just larger.
You got to look at bigger picture, you know what I'm saying? Can't look at the smaller picture. Look at the smaller picture, you're going to get small results. Look at the big picture, you're going to get bigger results. So,
okay, that's
you know
interesting.
Depending on what you want. Now, if you comfortable living, you know what I'm saying, with smaller results and that's the lifestyle you want to live, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
As long as you're implying the information that you're getting taught, that you're picking up, you know what I'm saying? Whoever, But type of person I am, want bigger results. So
right.
Got to look at it from a bigger perspective.
What do you feel like is your long-term financial goal? Like, where are you going to stop? Where does it look like, hey, I got enough, or I'm working, whether it's... Well, you know, it's always gonna be some more. But I ain't saying that. But like, where would you, if you landed somewhere, where would you feel comfortable from a stockpile standpoint, and from maybe an asset class standpoint, and then maybe a monthly income standpoint, if you don't mind me asking.
So like
I love talking chicken now.
So like a monthly income. I want a smooth little. I'm comfortable living, you know what I'm saying, less than this, but you know what I'm saying.
For it to be right, it can't be light. I got you.
20,000 a month, cool. That's a good little, you know what I'm saying. Not to, you know what I'm saying, Lord bless me a little bit more. I ain't gonna be mad at it, you know what I'm saying. But I feel like 20 is like it is a goal, you know what I'm saying. Every time I think of like monthly income, I think of 20,000 a month. I need that 20,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? And I could, due to my financially smart decisions, I could work with that. I could make that stretch. I could do. You know what I'm saying? That's great. Especially for somebody who don't worry about too much of the materialistic things, right? Now, I do stay fresh. I ain't saying I don't spend money. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it to I do spend money, but I definitely see me being more financially smart than my peers.
Right. Something that I'm curious to understand, since you brought up your peers is, how do you feel like it's different when you're talking to your business friends and leader friends versus when you're talking to, just your regular friends, the people that's on campus, or people your age just in general, or just people in general?
It's a big difference. It's a big difference. It's a big difference because, like, especially when you say people my age, you know what I'm saying? People my age, they wasn't taught what I was taught. They didn't have the opportunities, you know what I'm saying? I'm very blessed, you know what I'm saying? This didn't just, you know what I'm saying? I'm very blessed. I had opportunities that I took,
You
took
ran
off with
them.
it. You know what I'm saying? But it's different because it's like people my age, a lot of people my age, like they won't understand. Like they'll hear it, you know what I'm saying? They'll listen, they'll hear, but they don't really see it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They even might laugh at it, like I'm talking
Gibberish.
on my booty. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's real life, and it's just like, and I'm not shocked. You know what I'm saying? Because like I understand I'm young, they young, we young,
Right.
and I'm talking about information that people don't learn or like realize. You know what I'm saying? 40. You know what I'm saying? Older age. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
17 and I know a lot. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Especially for my age. I don't know everything, but I know a lot.
Right. So, do you feel like in business,
Right.
do you feel like with the content side of what you're saying and connecting with people, because that's kind of where we at, we're connecting with people, do you feel like content is more important or do you feel like conversation is more important with people? And why or why not?
Okay, now this is a tough question. You know what I'm saying? These two important factors on business. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Content, very important. You know what I'm saying? Getting yourself out there. But communicating is also important because content these days is like editing. You know what I'm saying? They got AI, you got, you know what I'm saying? So, but like you having a conversation with somebody, you know what I'm saying? It could be a millionaire, whoever it is, somebody you look up to, just a conversation. It could be a customer, whatever it is, a conversation. It shows your true self in that moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it shows who you are, you know what I'm saying? How you carry yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because you have a conversation, you're presenting yourself, you know what I'm saying? It shows how you present yourself. And your first impression is your last impression. So I feel like conversation is more important.
Right.
Now I feel like that just because I feel like it has a larger impact on your business.
Okay.
Now content is great as well though. Content is especially now, like I said, internet blowing up. You know what I'm saying? Internet big. That's everybody on that. My mom on that. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, bro.
Come on, man.
Not my mom.
Yeah, man. So it's just like every generation on the internet. So you definitely gonna get yourself out there both ways. Now the internet, it can get you a long way, but I feel like conversation, especially having a conversation with the right person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's well known or a great leader, you know, having a conversation with a great leader, you can learn a lot of information. They could also help get yourself out there, especially if they're well known. And with that information, you know what I'm saying, you imply it. And so it depends how you look at it, but my answer is definitely conversation.
Okay. So when you said conversation,
Right.
I'm curious to know because it kind of takes me to two different places.
Okay.
So conversation wise, I want to know two different things.
Okay.
Where do you get your information from? Like, what is one of your main sources or a few of your different sources that, you know, you get information from?
Well, definitely people who I surround myself by. People who been in my shoes, who hasn't been in my shoes. You know, older people. Older people tend to tell me a lot of their mistakes, what not to do, and I feel like that's something that I don't take. You know what I'm saying?
Lightly.
Right.
I'm with you.
I take that. Older people, my peers, people around me, and a source that is becoming very popular today is ChatGPT. You know, ChatGPT, my best friend.
Right.
I said, been my best friend for like. Now I feel like ChatGPT is becoming more popular now, right, than it was.
Before.
But like, yeah, I've been on ChatGPT for a strong year. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's a good resource to learn anything.
Right.
Anything. It could be spiritually. You know what I'm saying? It could be a business. It could be anything. I feel like ChatGPT is a good resource to do your research on, learn from. Yeah, definitely. So people around you. So not even like business owners, of course, but not just business owners. Everybody.
Right.
And ChatGPT is
Your best friend.
my best friend. Yeah.
Do you read books?
No, I do not. But I do feel like reading books is important. It's important because It helps your communication skills. You learn from reading books, especially the type of books you read. Whatever you interested in learning, like business we talking about. They got books made for business. You know what I'm saying? Financial decisions. They got books made for that. Books made for everything. So books is definitely important. I do need to get into that, but I don't read books.
Why? Like what holds you back from taking your
it's really
your
no
information
it's
to
really
the next
no
level?
excuse. It's just like it's myself. I'm holding myself back.
Okay. So one of the things I'm curious, because you have so much uncommon information, like who do you go to for advice? Like what people in your life are super important when it comes to advice?
Okay. So I definitely go to my mother. My mother is a very wise lady. I learned a lot from her, good and bad. I see what she do. I see what she don't do.
Right.
I learned, and then Brother Paul. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Go Works himself.
Uncle Pete.
You know what I'm saying? Very wise man. That's my first two people that I would go to. Now, of course, depending on the situation, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Different situations, I might go to somebody else. But like business, I'll definitely go to you and my mother. Relationship-wise, you and my mother. And then other people as well, especially when it comes to relationships. Even if it's like friendships, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the case may be.
Right.
I'll go to females. Other than no, I had a little no, cause look, stop, man. I was trying to talk, man. Stop playing, man.
You were speaking just in general.
I was trying to speak for the people, but I'm also speaking for myself. So it's like I was trying to.
I got you.
I was saying like boyfriend. Yeah, stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me. Because I was gonna say husband and wife too, but
husband and wife.
when it comes to relationship, friendship, I would go to a female. Me being me, and like I feel like females, they got a lot of information. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They got a lot of information, and then the person I am, I'm not like easily influenced. Like, as soon as somebody tells me something, I'm not just, you know what I'm saying?
Taking what they say.
Right. I'm gonna make sure, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see it first. I'm gonna see it for myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and that's who I'll go to.
Okay. So, where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? Like, what can we expect from Mr. Walker?
So 5-10 years, I'm gonna be graduating from college. I pursue to be an electrical engineer. You know what I'm saying? Graduating from college, definitely. My plans is not to be a barber, for the rest of my life.
Right.
So sometime after college, probably end the barber career, because by that time it's time to focus on one thing.
Right.
Now, of course, I just said I'm gonna be an electrical engineer, so that's to help income, help income, see what that takes me. But I'll definitely be, Bayou Boogie Reynolds. I plan on that. I see that, you know what I'm saying, taking off.
Right.
See that taking off.
As you should, brother.
Right, and I definitely see me. So right now I am learning about real estate. ChatGPT, like I said. I'm saying, and real estate agents that I know of.
Right.
I talk to them.
Shout out a few of them real quick. Get them a little plug in.
Mr. Isaiah Hicks, you know what I'm saying? Senior, big Isaiah, you know what I'm saying? I call him Uncle Z. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. He's a real estate agent, and that's what I'm saying, Brother Paul, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've been mentioning Brother Paul's name a lot.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? And my mama, she experienced with real estate, so that's another person, you know what I'm saying, I talk to about real estate.
Okay. So, why real estate? Like, what makes real estate something that sticks out to you as a young man?
Real estate got a lot of money flow, got a lot of money flow. And now definitely when I start, it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, just real estate. Probably houses, you know what I'm saying? But definitely After I get some experience on it, you know what I'm saying, I
Build
go
up
through
a
my
nice
bumps and,
portfolio.
you know what I'm saying, my curves and all of that.
Right.
Commercial real estate, you know. Move up to the big boy league.
Whoa, hold up now. You about to open up a can of worms in here.
Know what I'm saying?
So, tell us what you know a little bit about commercial real estate. What catches your eye with that?
As soon as you say commercial real estate, what I think of, right? I think of triple net leases, you know. I'm saying that.
Excuse me, what?
A triple net lease, I'm informing you on that. A triple net lease is a small, not necessarily, when I say small company, I don't mean small company. I mean like it's big, right? But it's not multiple of whatever. Like for example, Buc-ee's, right? Buc-ee's is not like a everywhere type of place. It don't got 100,000 Buc-ee's. You know what I'm saying? They got a handful of them, maybe 2 handfuls of Buc-ee's. So like that, businesses like that. So like if you own a piece of land and Buc-ee's is interested in buying this land or whatever the case may be. Actually, I apologize. I'm making a mistake. I'm talking about something else. A triple net lease. So let's say Walmart, right? Walmart, for example, is worldwide, correct?
Right.
And they have lots of Walmarts, correct?
Right.
So let's say you own a building in Walmart. Hey, Paul Hilaire, I want to, you know what I'm saying, rent this building, right? So, you know what I'm saying, y'all negotiate, y'all talk about it. Cool. So with this triple net lease, you know what I'm saying, there's a lease. It's not a regular lease. With this lease, you don't have to be there physically. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe like big stuff, like huge problems, you be there, you know what I'm saying? But you don't have to get workers, you know what I'm saying, different stuff. Walmart gonna take care of all of that. So you basically just getting money in your pocket without doing a lot of the, you know what I'm saying,
work.
hands-on work. You know what I'm saying? Now it takes some, you know what I'm saying, some steps to get to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the big boy league.
Right.
But yeah, that's basically what a triple net lease is.
Okay. So why do you feel like a triple net lease is attractive to you? Like, how did it catch your eye as a young man?
It caught my eyes because it's like, okay, it sounds easy, right? Right. You gotta basically see the money before it's there, right?
Right.
So see the money before it's there, and I feel like I'm capable of doing that. I'm capable of looking at things, like seeing things in detail, right? Looking at small detail, not just the big picture. You know what I'm saying? I can see everything, look at everything. So it catch my eyes because I feel like it fit what I can manage.
Your vision.
Right.
I'm with you.
So, and that's like, and then I was informed on it. Somebody told me about it. And then I did my own research on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I did my own research on different type of leases after I realized, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then, yeah. And I was like, this is interesting me. This is something I would like to do. I would love to do. I will do this.
Right.
This is a goal for me to own, you know what I'm saying? Not just one, but
Several.
multiple. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so that's how it stuck with me.
Right. So if I could add a little bit to what you're saying, because some of the people might not know what a triple net lease is.
Right.
So that means that the client pays for maintenance, they pay for the rent, and they pay the property taxes.
Right.
And they don't sign 1-year leases, 2-month leases, month-to-month leases.
20-year leases. They sound big leases.
Exactly.
Correct.
And these are big corporate companies that are responsible for paying. So it's not to say that they can't go out of business.
Right.
But because you rent your property or your facility at a little bit of a lower rate, they take on the responsibility of infrastructure.
Right.
And because they desire your specific location, or because they desire your specific property, it's much easier for them to acquire a triple net lease with you than it is to acquire the property, maintain and pay the property taxes, so on and so forth. It's cheaper for them to use their resources and bid across a wide array or a wide variety.
Since they're so spread out.
Exactly. And because they have the systems and the infrastructure, it's much easier for them to hire or get a contract for, let's just say, AC maintenance or HVAC maintenance. They get a contract for the 200 stores that they have instead of them paying regular prices for HVAC services because they have 500 stores or 50 stores or 700 stores. People are going to give them a little bit of a cheaper price for having the consistent work, and that's the infrastructure that they manage. So that's how the business is a trade-off, where it's not just that this is something that's made up where people are like, oh, I'm gonna just give me a triple net lease. No, it's good for all people involved.
Right.
And that's why it's just a good it's a good business deal, a good business perspective for everybody.
Correct.
So from there, you told me a little bit about real estate. You talked to me about your financial goals of $20,000 a month, and where you see yourself in 5 to 10 years. One of the things that I'm curious about is, have you seen your influence on others yet? Like, have you gotten to a place where other people start to see you and say, I want that. I want to be like that. I want to have that understanding. Like, have you seen, different instances where you've influenced others?
Definitely. Okay. Definitely. Even though, like, I might not see it all, but I definitely, like, I peep a little bit of it. Like I said, I'm an observer. I observe, and definitely, especially my little brothers,
Right.
My little brothers, they want to cut that now.
Right. Family barbershop. Like, God, dog.
Yeah, so I definitely see what I'm doing having an impact on others.
Right. How does that make you feel?
Make me feel like I'm doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially because I'm influencing them to do something beneficial, positive. Right. Nothing negative, not killing, robbing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Something positive. And is a lot of ways to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's some good ways to do it, and got some bad ways, and I'm showing them. You know what I'm saying? The better way, the right way, how you said, yep. To do different things, to go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What advice would you give someone that's your age? Like, if you were talking to somebody that was you now and you before, 12 years old, 13 years old, 15 years old, what advice would you give them, like, to push them, to help them see some of the things that you understand? Like, talk to them now to enlighten them on their journey or the steps that they need to take.
Like business? It
don't matter. Whatever you feel, whatever your heart's desire is.
Okay. Well, I'm a business. Okay. So somebody my age or younger, some advice I would tell whoever it is, man, keep going. Don't be scared, or don't let your fright stop you from completing your goals or striving to complete your goals. Keep going. Communicate, network, better in yourself, Some things you're going to have to let go. Some things you're going to have to keep that. It might be uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's going to pay off.
Right.
And then, like, stay consistent. No matter what, stay consistent, man. Don't be easily influenced on, what the world is becoming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be different. Be different. I would say don't worry about, like, people opinion, meaning people going to talk about you, people going, and don't worry about none of that. You know what you're doing. You know your vision. You know what I'm saying? You know what you're doing in the, underground, background, behind the curtains. Keep striving, keep doing you, and, eventually it's going to start to show. Your hard work paying off. You know what I'm saying? People going to hate. People going to say whatever. People going to clown you. Just don't even worry about it. Don't be affected by it in no type of negative way. Don't let it bring you down. Just keep going, man. Keep going. And just don't stop. Be consistent. Consistent is a big word. Like, if I was telling somebody, be consistent. Be consistent. Don't stop.
Right.
It's not just going to come to you. It takes hard work. It takes uncomfortable situations, dedication, focus, studying. But just be consistent. And if you want it, go get it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that can stop you is yourself.
Right. I want to go a little bit deeper in that sense of, to touch on what you just said, but to go a little bit deeper. What is one situation that you feel like helped shape Mr. Walker? Like a big situation where, maybe it was emotional, maybe it was physical, spiritual, mentally. Like a big situation that helped push you to this place and where you are. Whether it was comfortable or uncomfortable, just enlighten us with a situation to, give some people some perspective.
So as soon as, like you said, I think of relationships, and, you know what I'm saying? I'm young, but I'm very wise for my age. So I understand, like, me being in a relationship at a young age is not for, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? And what I learned, and this implying everything, but like what I'm talking about is relationships. So like whatever happened, right? I don't look at it as like, damn, you know what I'm saying? She effed over me, or like, you know what I'm saying? I look at it as, okay, I see what I don't like, I see how I feel about it, I see, you know what I'm saying? And I see how I react to it, and then after a while, I'll be like, okay, better way to react, better way to communicate, better way to handle things, better way to handle situations, and learn from it, you know? Learn from your mistakes, take every, whatever you want to call it, as a lesson, you know what I'm saying? Everything that happened.
All the data.
Right.
So when it comes to those relationships and, you know, interpreting that data, give me an example of, you know, someone like a leader you were under, or someone that you were following, or someone that you enjoyed being around, and your interest started to get out of alignment, or your thoughts started to get out of alignment where it had an impact on you.
All right. Okay. So what I can say is like, I've been in friendships, relationships. I've been in different things, and it's like whenever I realize I'm uncomfortable with something, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind communicating with whoever it is. I'm uncomfortable with that. I don't appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mind removing myself out of any situation to protect my peace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now of course keep it respectful. You know what I'm saying? Communicate properly. It was ways to communicate. You know what I'm saying? Communication go a long way. That's with business, relationships, you know what I'm saying? Anything, if you know how to communicate, it's going to have a huge impact on your life.
Right.
So, yeah, that's really it.
Okay.
You know, just imply, like I said earlier, take everything as a lesson, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Negative things, positive things, just don't let negative things bring you down.
Right.
Learn from it, and you know what not to do, or you know what to do next time.
Right. So this is my final question. We just want to know what is next for Smooth. Like what does the future look like for you? The soon to be future.
Okay, so talking about right now. So I'm cutting hair.
Right.
I got Bayou Boogie Reynolds.
Right.
You know, got landscaping.
Right.
Big superintendent. You know what I'm saying?
The superintendent.
I'm saying,
right.
Selling snacks at school.
Hustler.
But so what's next is, so right now I'm just gathering information, learning about business, small business, big business, viewing, you know what I'm saying, you're a business owner yourself, you know what I'm saying, viewing it from a owner perspective, a leader perspective. So I'm gathering a lot of information right now, and I will be applying the information that I never applied yet because I never had the opportunity to apply it. I will be applying that soon. That's definitely the next step. Some people might not see, but it will be happening. Definitely will just be staying focused, dedicated, and continuing on the path that God created for me. Okay. For sure, just staying focused. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be going to college. Next year, I graduate this year. I'm going to be going to college. Same thing, electrical engineering, focus, dedication, and take off with it. With all the information, I'm a be wise with it, you know?
Right.
I'm going to use it, you know what I'm saying? Even the bad information, I'm going to use it as in to know what not to do, you know?
Right.
I'm going to always keep it in mind, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And one more question before we go. I kind of thought of it. One of the things that we didn't really touch on. How do you feel like your relationship with God impacts everything that you have going on?
Man, that's a big thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Trusting Him. And then, of course, I grew up, you know what I'm saying, with God in my life. Like, my mother, big spiritual, you know
yes,
what I'm saying?
Sir.
Big on God. Grew up in church, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm definitely, you know what I'm saying, God is definitely in my life. Definitely have a relationship with Him. It's not where it needs to be, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely a lot of improvement, things I could do better, I should do better, you know? But just trusting Him.
You know, we were talking about, you know, how influential your relationship with God was on everything. Lastly, you know, the last question that I want to jump into is, how do you feel like your relationship with God is affected by all of this? Like, you know, how does your relationship with God influence, you know, the different things that you have?
So first thing I want to say is put God first, you know what I'm saying? Trusting God, trusting His word, you know what I'm saying?
Right, that's important.
He created need some improvement, you know what I'm saying, in certain areas, you know what I'm saying. I'm not perfect, not
Right.
close to perfect.
Right.
But yeah, I trust in him. I believe that he created this journey for me.
Right.
You know what
The
I'm saying?
path,
For me
right.
to complete. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, trust in his word. Definitely put him first, you know what I'm saying? Trust in him. You're gonna go through some bad days. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be raining some days, it's gonna be shining, it's gonna be cloudy, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna go through a lot, but always remember that it it has a purpose for that. Created a path for you, right? For everybody, you know what I'm saying? You gotta trust in that.
Right.
Let him take your hand and let him guide you through it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's gonna be bad, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna go through rainy days, you're gonna go through shiny days, you know what I'm saying? But just trust in him. You know what I'm saying, and definitely I grew up in a church, you know,
What church, if you don't mind me asking?
Philadelphia.
Okay.
Philadelphia. Yeah, grew up in the church since young.
Yes, sir.
My mom is a big spiritual person, you know. People around me, so I'm around spiritual people, you
Right.
know. So yeah, Jesus is definitely in my life. I definitely have a relationship with him now. Of course, it's not where it need to be. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, listen, brother. Super grateful for this opportunity to be able to get this content with you, get the information from you, and for you to share your perspectives, enlighten people, bless people, and just open people up to your experiences and your journey. And, you know, I truly appreciate you taking the time to share all of the uncommon information that you did and, you know, putting it on this platform where, you know, we put paint where most can't. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
And we're able to educate and, you know, verbalize a lot of our thoughts and give people a lot of uncommon information and a lot of perspectives that, you know, they potentially maybe didn't see, because it's somebody out there that's 12, somebody out there that's 13, 15, and they're saying, I want to start a business, but I don't know how. No, you're going to be a potential mentor, a potential person that they can connect with, somebody who they're going to say, well, he did it. And I think that's something, not trying to get racial or anything like that, but in the African American community, we need more men that are standing up. We need more women that are standing up for what's right and that are going to represent the culture, represent the, and set the standards from a spiritual perspective, from a business perspective, from a mental perspective, where we're starting to develop our own systems and our own people, where the Bible says that we need to raise up a standard, and God will raise up the standard if we're willing and able vessels, where we're starting to represent and show and put on display for the youth that, hey, in spite of what you've heard, in spite of what you've seen, in spite of what we've been through as a culture, as a race, as the United States of America, you can do this. It's possible. Somebody else has did it right here in your community, you know? Right. And I'm super grateful for you taking the time to really share, you know, all of your experiences, and it really does mean a lot to me. And, you know, this is my first time recording this specific show. And I had you specifically because I knew that starting out, a lot of people wouldn't know who you were. But I also wanted to give you an opportunity to shine on the platform and also show people like what an impact we can all have whenever we start to reach down in our community and reach back in our community and give people information, give people love, give people support. And you're a product of the environment of nourishment, nurturing, love, intention, great communication. Because I can say that because in your conversation, I see how intentional you speak, how intentional you are, how you represent yourself well, how important peace is, respect is. And those things are important to adults. Some adults don't have that perspective, bro. And you're 17 years old, and this is your ideology, your thought process. I'm going to move like this because my purpose is the most purposeful thing in my life, and I don't want to miss out on the opportunities because of the things that I've seen other people do. I like the fruits of those people, so let me follow their instructions that lead to a great production, because I see a lot of people with a lack of instruction and it's leading them to self-destruction. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
So, you know, I'm truly grateful for your opportunity. Yes, brother. Shout out to GoWorks. Want to give a big shout out to Alpha Tax. That's one of our standing sponsors. I want to give a shout out to Bayou Boogie Rentals. And I want to give a shout out to the barbershop.
2 smooth cuts.
You know
what I'm saying?
We got to get the plug in. And then if y'all going to David Thibodeau, y'all got about 3-4 more months to get them snacks. You know what I'm saying? From out of that book
Mr.
sack.
Snack, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But, brother, I appreciate you. I appreciate all of the different, words that we were able to share in moments. And this is a big moment in my life, in my history. And I'm super grateful that you're here with me starting on this journey. And if you want to close us out in prayer, that'd be great.
God, I just want to say I thank you. I appreciate you, Lord. Thank you for giving us this moment and opportunity, Lord, to complete this, Lord. Give us the opportunity to do this, Lord. I just want to say I thank you, Lord, for giving us the wisdom, Lord, the knowledge, the protection, Lord. Protecting us, Lord, healing us, Lord, our heart, soul, and mind, Lord. Lord, I just want to say, may you let this night be a great night, Lord. Nourish our bodies, Lord. Protect us and heal us and prepare us for tomorrow, Lord. Let us be a great impact on us who are listening and who are here with us on the environment, Lord. Let us show. So thank you. I appreciate it.
And don't forget, right now, we're in the Potter's Wheel studio. This is Go United Media checking in, and we're checking out officially now. I also want to say, my name is Dr. P. Today I came to drop a hammer, give you some news that you can use, and some games that you can get. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope that everything goes well. Thank you so much, and I hope the blessings of God abide and never subside in your life. Thank you.